Alright, so Georgia Tech will play Clemson in the second of the Atlanta kickoff games. Very odd they have two. Georgia and Oregon played in one, and Georgia Tech and Clemson will play in the one tonight. I really don't remember them doing that, but I'm probably wrong. But with that being said, I actually believe Georgia Tech can beat Clemson tonight. I'll probably be wrong, uh, and that's fine. But I really do think Georgia Tech will have a chance to beat Clemson, or maybe at least cover the spread, which would be nice. But I really think Georgia Tech can beat Clemson. Remember, Georgia Tech held Clemson. I understand Clemson was a had a rough year last year, so I understand that. But Georgia Tech held Clemson, and remember, we had a chance to go down the field. It was fourth and goal. I think we ran an option play. I think it was like a 4 or 5 point game. So Georgia Tech could have won the game. We could have beat Clemson last year if it weren't for them snuffing out a running play. But we didn't. We lost. Last time Georgia Tech played in Mercedes-Benz Stadium, we played North Carolina. That was one of our best performances of the all year, in the entire season. I think that is what the Geoff Collins era should be looking like every game. I think Georgia Tech should be doing that. But with that being said, hey, remember, Georgia Tech got like 5 sacks in the first half of that game. I mean, it was a offensive explosion or a defensive explosion for Georgia Tech. But now here is the I'm reading the game timeline. The parking lots will open at two. The parking lots are open now. Um, Georgia Tech will be donning the gold helmets with the blue pants and jerseys. Yeah, man, this is gonna be a good game. 8 o'clock at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. It will be on ESPN. You could listen with Andy Demetra, Joe Hamilton, and Wiley Ballard. You could listen to them on the Georgia Tech Sports Network from Learfield. Their flagship station is 680 The Fan, the same station the Braves come on. I was trying to find if we have any. I was trying to see if they have any other information I could maybe give out. Don't think so, no. So, yeah, Georgia Tech versus Clemson. We'll talk about Georgia's tomorrow. We'll talk about Georgia Southern's huge win over um, Morgan State, and then we'll also talk about Georgia soccer. Georgia soccer beat Kennesaw 7-0. We'll talk about all that later in the week. But yeah, Georgia Tech versus Clemson. I really think this will be a great game. So let's go Jackets. Let's get it. I think they can win, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. But let's go Jackets. I do want to say this one more time before I get off. This is edited back in. Um, Georgia Tech has to play, you hear me say them. I think they can win. You must be saying, well, how? I think Georgia Tech will have to play a perfect game to beat Clemson tonight. With that being said, um, I think Clemson might look. It's the first game of the year. Unless you're Alabama, you're not gonna automatically steamroll these teams. So I think Clemson might struggle, and that's why I think Georgia Tech will win because Clemson will struggle. Unlike last year, I think Georgia Tech will take advantage of that, take opportunity, and beat Clemson. So yeah, I just want to edit that in there. So yeah, let's go Jackets.